Hey, it's Tpok. I'm back in Katawa Shoujo. And yeah. What's up? We left off with a sex scene. And that was the best sex scene of all. Because it censored itself. Anyways, the days since then have passed so quickly that time seemed to slip through my fingers like water. Every time I've tried to talk with Shizune, she has been out running errands or with Misha. I feel as if she's avoiding me. I'm not surprised. Of course it bothers me, but I think the way she's acting seems pretty natural. Then again, it's not like I've been through this before. Hey, Misha. Whenever I can't find Shizune, I end up running into Misha, and when I do, I ask her to help me with my signing. However, she always ends up squirming out of it. We're leaving after today, so I'm determined not to let her escape this time. Once we head back to school, we're probably going to have to start grinding through more student council affairs in preparation for school restarting. I want to brush up on my signing as much as possible by then, even if it's a day's worth. Come on, it's pretty much just having a couple sign language conversations. You do that all the time. Actually, you're doing it right now. Really, Hichan? That's funny. Misha temporarily stops her unconscious signing in order to wave her hands in front of her face in denial, but then quickly resumes gesturing everything the both of us are saying to no one in particular. Hichan, you're so persistent. Suddenly being interested in sign language again? Could it be that Hichan wants to make a career out of it? That's not fair, that was my idea first. You should be careful, Hichan. Times change too quickly. By the time I wanted to be a sign language interpreter, they had cell phones that people could type out whole paragraphs on. Amazing. Not very good for me, though. As if she knows that another deferral isn't going to cut it this time, Misha changes her tune pretty quickly to a more apologetic one. I'm sorry. Voice crack. I'm sorry, Hichan. I'm just so tired, especially lately. Even though being with Shichan is fun, she has way more energy than me. Teaching on top of that would be too tiring. I don't have that much stamina, sorry. She doesn't seem very tired, shouting this statement with her usual cheer and vigor. I know it's wrong of me to keep pestering her like this, though. Actually, Shichan and I were going shopping today. We're planning on going shopping today. It's our last chance to pick up some souvenirs. Souvenirs, huh? I almost forgot that I was on vacation. I understand what you're saying. Teaching doesn't seem so easy. Hideki asked me to teach him how to sign, and I was unbelievably lost the whole time. Well, I wonder how it will work out for you when you become a sign language teacher. You can't get tired too easily of doing that. Yeah, right. I hope not. Hichan, now I'm kind of worried, but souvenirs. So, some other time, Hichan. Do you want us to get you something too? Just because I understand doesn't mean I want her to teach me. I suppose I can't press her any further now, though. Even I'm bothered by how selfish it would seem to do so. I give up. No, don't get me anything. I'm serious, don't surprise me with a funny shirt or something, okay? Hehehe. I don't like the sound of that. Slipping on her shoes, she yells goodbye to the otherwise empty house and opens the door to leave, letting a cool breath of fresh air into the hallway. A tuft of dark hair peeking from the doorframe tells me Shizune is waiting for her outside. Good morning. Misha translates for me from beyond the doorway, and Shizune turns around to give me a small wave. Even though it's different from her usual offhand greetings in the smallest ways, there's an unmistakable hesitation there. It leaves me with a vaguely empty and distant feeling. Hichan, you're up early. Am I interrupting a conversation? I was trying to get Misha to teach me how to talk to you, but I guess I was being impatient and it can wait. You two are planning on going shopping today anyway. Having Misha there, I forget to sign my words as I say them. Unfortunately, since Shizune moved to fill the doorway, Misha is behind her. This brief misalignment in our positions means that what I'm saying is totally lost on her. I don't understand you at all. There are things I want to say that I can't put in a way she would understand, and there are entire conversations that she could have that would go right over my head. I don't want to tell her now that it won't be that way for much longer. Instead, I just say never mind and tell them to go have a good time. and wave them off. It seems like everyone is out for the day, so I sit down on the biggest and most comfortable looking chair in the living room with a book. Not a sign language book, but one of the novels I checked out of the library up my first week. That was so long ago. I should really start chipping at that pile of books I borrowed, or at least return them. Yeah, you're probably gonna have huge fines, man. Oh no. 16 pages in, Jigoro walks in the room, a stack of papers in one hand and a sword twirling idly like a baton in the other, casually shaking water from a recent shower from his hair. Upon being seen doing something so ungentlemanly, he freezes like a deer in headlights and slowly moves on to smoldering with powerful but baseless fear as he sits down on the couch a few feet away. This is only the third time I've met him, and I'm already starting to feel nauseous on reaction. I guess in a way this could be considered a kind of charisma. I haven't even said anything and he already seems less than pleased. It's likely a bad idea to provoke him, and just talking to him may count as provoking him. However, I can't help thinking of the alternative situations that could play out. Let's say I don't open my mouth at all and walk away, maybe to go read in my room or outside. That would definitely go down as an unforgivable insult. He would probably tell me to hold it and destroy me. Either way, not too polite on my part. What are you reading? The draft from my autobiography. It is the story of a man who wakes up to find an uninvited guest in his living room, sitting in his chair and reading a shallow literary dreck. I've barely started reading the book. I don't even have an opinion on it yet. I can already see how this conversation is going to play out, so I might as well try to steer it in a different direction. Or you could just move chairs. Where's Hideki? You even ask questions rudely. Disgraceful. That aside, why would you even ask me such a stupid question? How would I know? Am I my son's keeper? Well, you are his dad, and it seems like he does live here, so... But I guess I can't say that, tempting as it is. I give up. I already tried to make small talk with him and failed. It's like trying to talk to a brick wall that also hates you. That is my cue to leave, and sift through my wallet to see if I have enough money to go to a movie. As I'm about to stand, I have second thoughts. I'm too tired to go through trying to smooth over my problematic situations by trying to continuously walk away from them. It's hypocritical of me to get upset at Misha for trying to defer things when even I run from my own girlfriend. When Jigoro attempts to stop me, I'm almost glad, even though I no longer have any intention to leave. Wait. He says with plenty of authority but nothing else, as if it's just a particularly commanding afterthought. Only a very powerful or very arrogant person can tell someone to hold on in such a manner. I'm sort of impressed. You are in the student council with Shizune, aren't you? What is your job there? I don't think there are specific roles other than president. Shizune is always trying to round people up to help out here and there. Usually we might get like one person to pitch in, but otherwise the three of us do whatever needs to be done. It crossed my mind a couple of times around when I first met her that Shizune's disquietingly analytical stare might be because of her deafness, but it turns out it's a trait shared by everyone else in her family. And that is okay with you. Why wouldn't it be? You, Shizune, and that pink-haired girl? Is that really your entire student council? With the student council that small, they wouldn't even bother to hold elections. I'm going to take a guess and say that you didn't join the student council. Shizune drafted you into it. You said you do not know exactly what your title is. That makes sense. I suppose if you weren't even elected, you couldn't be expected to know. After all, if you are not elected, you aren't really anything. No one is going to respect a student council like that. An unelected body of 3 people trying to scrounge up the equivalent of temp workers? It must be a sorry school if 3 kids having a tea party can handle every issue. What's how small it is have to do with anything? If the student council gets things done, isn't that enough? It's not just a game either. Maybe you should actually come to the school one day. If you get there on the right days, you might even be able to see what Shizune is able to accomplish. Do you think I have so much free time that I can afford to waltz over to your boondocks and watch my daughter's feats of what the heck is that? Aggrandizement? I've never been more disgusted in my life. What you're saying is there might as well they might as well not have a student council, but the fact remains there is one, and Shizune got elected into it, and for her it isn't a meaningless position. In fact, she worked very hard for it. You sound like someone who voted for her. No, I wasn't there for that. Ha, you didn't even vote for her. Well, besides that, why don't you ask Hideki about this? Shizune has wanted to be a high school student council president since middle school. She would have him read all her practice speeches, wasting his time. For what reason? This whole time, he hasn't even looked up from thumbing through his manuscript. It's getting increasingly frustrating. Because it isn't a game, we don't run the school, but it's not like we're just playing at it and not taking seriously. I wonder if it is so wrong not be a purist. I've been to your school, really. The students there? I can already think of about 1,000,000 things you might say, and I'm preparing for my heart to sink on hearing any of them. It's funny, they are probably things I've thought before. They don't even have cleaning duty. That was not what I expected at all. He's also wrong. Well, they do. I should know I get to skip out since I'm in the student council. The concept of being wrong confuses Jigoro. I should take this opportunity to go on the attack. It's really odd that I am thinking in this way about a simple conversation. Sounds like the last time you were there was really some time ago. If you can leisurely write some memoirs, you can talk to Shizune now and then. Don't you think that she has stuff she is proud of? That's how young people are. We have things to be proud of. If you're writing an autobiography, you should get that. Such an opportunity, and I blew it. I don't know how I was expecting him to react. Maybe introspectively, but Jigoro only grows angrier by the second. Yet as he does, he also seems calmer in a way. More sure of himself and in control. Who do you think you are to assume that my life is so easy? You haven't even read my biography, and yet you are able to tell me how I should handle all my affairs, including dealing with my own daughter. You could never understand. Even if I were to get up from this couch, walk over to you right now, and punch you in the forehead with brass knuckles and with a condensed edition of my life story on them, leaving my biography imprinted on your face, you would not understand. For 12 years, Shizune did not even talk to me, even though I hired multiple tutors and interpreters of all sorts for her to try and get her to become normal. It isn't as simple as you think it is. If she does not want to bother with me, then fine. I assume that is normal. When was the last time you talked to your parents? It has been a while, and I feel ashamed. More so that he caught me than how easily I could have dropped my parents a phone call or sent them an email or even a letter, and haven't. This knowledge only makes me feel more ashamed. I thought so. If I wanted to see my parents, I couldn't. This is different. You aren't that far from her. It's only one train ride away. That is enough. No means no. You are very persistent. If only it was about something that mattered. I can't see what you may have learned from my daughter aside from that and how to backtalk to people. Is that it? The answer is yes. I wasn't this persistent or argumentative before meeting Shizune and Misha. After all, prior to meeting them, I just experienced a small death. It's a mystery as to why I refused to join the student council in the first place. Possibly it was from trying to get away from their nagging so much that I was able to get my energy back. It's a cute idea. I think again about why I'm still here. Arguing with Jigoro is pointless, yet I think I almost looked forward to it. And he is right, I cannot understand him. Even if I did, he wouldn't care. I'm a louse that crawls on a whale, wholly insignificant. He has a confidence that I don't have. Shizune does, and it could be that the reason why I'm here now, in an almost shouting match with her father, is because some of that bravery has rubbed off onto me. However, I don't have anything to keep it going. Still, I hate him. I don't know what I can do. A few months ago, I think I would have punched him and let the consequences play out as they may. But now I can't risk it. If he were to hit me back, he'd likely kill me. So in the end, the only thing I can do is look at Jigoro in silence. Knowing that I have no reply, and hate him, I feel completely at a loss. Oddly, he takes it as defiance. Fine then. Have fun with that. Picking up his sword and using it to pull himself to his feet, he turns and casually saunters out of the room. I want to throw my book after him, but I'm happy to finally be alone, even if I'm not in the mood to read any longer. Okay then. I don't like the dad either, Jigoro. Yeah, I don't like him. Oh, we're back. Our return trip to the school keeps getting delayed in one way or another. Shizune and Misha come back so late that there's no use even leaving, and we end up staying another day. The morning after, we missed the train by a single minute, and then the next two don't arrive. We missed the fourth train because I wandered off to get a drink in the meantime. Shizune wasn't very happy about that. Did you get the fifth train? By the time I finally get back to my room, I feel so tired, even though I spent most of the ride back sleeping. I can't say it's only because of today. This seems like a familiar symptom of traveling. It's not the first time it's happened. If no one has beaten me to it, I could do a thesis on it. Maybe get in a medical journal. Returning from a trip syndrome. Not very creative. I fall asleep before I can think of a better name. Oh, don't give me that letter. Don't do it. A loud knock on my door wakes me up only a few hours into my nap. I'm annoyed because I'd just been in the middle of a dream that I can't remember, having been woken up in the middle of it. But I'm sure it was a good one. I briefly wonder who it could be, but it's not like I get many visitors, so I'm sure it's Kenji. I hope he is just rolling out the welcome wagon and not going to hit me up for money again. If that was the case, I'd be almost touched. Are you not touched enough to fight off the urge to roll over and go back to sleep, though? Okay. It's gonna be the letter. Yeah, it is. A few hours after that, I wake up again and immediately spot an envelope on the floor. It must be something that came in the mail while I was away. That's Shizune's and Misha's department, so I wonder if they dropped by to give it to me, or maybe someone filled in for them in their absence and told Kenji to pass it along. When I pick it up, any remnants of sleepiness in me instantly vanish. Even if the name of the sender wasn't on it, I would have known by whom it was from by looking at the envelope itself, realizing why it looked so familiar, by recognizing the delicate handwriting addressing it. It's from Awanako. At first I can't believe it, but it wouldn't be too hard for her to track me down if she wanted to. Of course, I hadn't thought that she would want to. She was maybe my girlfriend for all of 5 seconds. No, I don't even think that. After that, we barely spoke to each other. It would be too easy to put this letter away somewhere and forget about it. A part of me wants to do that, or throw it away unread. Why I want to do these things, I don't know. It would be easy to do them, easier than to read it. Sitting the envelope open with the tip of a pen, I'm surprised by the length of the letter that spills out. Dear Hisao, how are you? I've read this already. So, yeah, talking about our school. The small talk makes me feel nostalgic. It's almost like I'm in the hospital again. Every now and then, Awanako would drop by and give me the gist of what was going on in class. Even then, I had an inkling of that I would never return to. We're already seniors. Nostalgic for the whole trimester. Regret she hadn't said stuff in winter. She was worried about me. Not mentally, it looks like, or emotionally. Happiness gave up on it. I can be more honest now. What a convenient time for her to rediscover her sincerity. Well, even as I think that, I know she's right. Distant and disheartened is a good way to describe it. And maybe I had given up too. It weighs on my heart when I think back to when I was lying in the hospital, feeling so bitter when she finally stopped showing up. I wasn't surprised. I had no right to be. How could she not stop coming when it was the only expectation I had of her? She's dropped by for all of 6 weeks after the incident. If I drifted away from her, it was because I could feel her already moving herself away from me the moment she showed up. Don't give up on yourself. Yeah. More final. Maybe we shouldn't meet again. Write back if you want to correspond. Sincerely, Yamaku. It's a strange feeling. Thunder just shook my wall. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end it here, and I'll come back to this letter next time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.